And sound check. Hey, Stick, good to see you. Hey, Hollow One, good to see you. And sound check. Yeah, we've got some sound. Sorry, let me just get settled in with the stuff. Pop-out chat. Just as professional as in 2025. Put it on live chat. Good to see you guys. And let's put on the camera as well. Should be an ugly face popping up now. Oh, yes. Anyway. Nope, that's not the one. Sorry. There it is. The one I want to keep an eye on. And let's just move this a tiny bit. There we go. And there is a risk that my headset will run out of power and need recharging. I have a different set of headphones I can switch to, and then switch to the microphone in the controller that has worked before. Someone, and it's not me, left the headphones turned on, so they might be running out. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let's get into this. I haven't been on the game at all today, or yesterday for that matter. We got a result in that one, some sort of result. I think I got a 0.3 on another account, but yeah, it was fun to do, but I never really got to put the big effort into the Grand Valley one, but fun to drive. And now this one, and we've got Calster in P1. So, as always, no controller excuses for this. And let's jump in and have a look at what's happening straight away. Right. Replay, yes, sir. Over to this view. I suspect we have to brake early. We are on sports hard tires. So, and I'm just guessing at the moment. On the other hand, the car doesn't look that fast. Now we've got that new glass, wow, sign and the 400 board. We're past the 400 board, just past the 400 board it looks like. So I'll look for the 400 board just to make sure. Out of there. Ooh, a short shifter. At least a short shift, maybe for just some more traction. Is it still a short shifter? Hey, Chicken Angel, Happy New Year. Always a fun track and good luck. Thank you very much, and thank you for being a member for 30 months now. Thank you. And Deep is in as well. Good to see you. Yeah, mostly revving out the car and just watching that trip up the hill again. It's usually really about be prepared to turn in just as the curb ends, because, and especially on the controller, there's a bit of delay. So yeah, because otherwise you'll just end up in the fence over here. It isn't even that long ago we did a Watkins time trial. That was in the vacuum car. 400, just before the 400. And stay in the higher gear. Don't downshift too aggressively. That's what I was trying to say. A bit of third to rotate the car. This all looks fairly familiar so far. It's probably a decent chunk before the 200 board, since we are in a road car and sports hard tires. Yeah. A fair chunk before the 200 board. And then I guess it is maybe around the 200, maybe a bit before. Just about the 200. third gear for that. And it's usually the 200 board, sometimes a bit after, so maybe it's a bit before, or at least dead on it a bit before the 200. All right. Nope, just staying in third. You can maybe use a bit of second for rotation, I suppose, but yeah. Just before the 100, yeah. Also just staying in third. Maybe the car gets very sketchy in second gear. That definitely, most likely is a reason that Calster is staying in third. Might need a bit of braking, since we don't have the downforce. Maybe 200? No. Just before the 100. And just a dab on the brakes and coast a bit. Oh, all right. Get the direction change before you hit the brakes, otherwise this will, as Calster is doing, otherwise this usually goes wrong. And we've got that change in the barrier. Yeah, and that's a good marker for that. Careful on the power. Hey Roger, good to see you. Car looks like it has a lot of grip considering the tire compound. Yeah, you're right, Chicken Angel, it sure does. Am I missing anyone? I think I've got you all covered. Good to see you. I think I'll just let it run through one more time, the lap, so I can just see. Oh yeah, that was the end of the lap. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So just after the 400, third gear, careful on the power. Short shift up to fourth, probably mostly for stability. But other than that, just rev out the rev bar. 400-ish. Stay in fifth for as long as possible, then use fourth. And then it was a bit of third. Around this corner, back up to fourth. A fair big chunk before the 200 board. Point the car towards the inside. Also stay in fourth for stability. Wait with that third gear until you want the rotation. Got it. And at the 200, third gear, a bit of second, just a tiny bit. Hey cars, good to see you. Right. And Holty as well, good to see you. 200, right at the 200. Careful on the power around that one. Really careful on the power around this one. Then roughly between the 200 and 100, a dab on the brakes. Did I also see? Yeah, I think I saw we were in fourth, a bit of third and back up to fourth. Am I right? Am I right? Maybe? Yeah, we were in fourth gear. No, just staying in fourth. So I was wrong. I'm also staying in fourth. I might end up needing a bit of third to get around that corner with the way my driving style, which isn't the best driving style, but maybe I will have to do that. That tire squeezing is setting my teeth on edge. Yeah. To be fair, I've got the tire noise turned up a fair bit, if not even cranked way up, because that's basically the only info I get from the controller regarding if I'm turning too much or not. So it's useful info for me, but can be very annoying to listen to. Guess who's back? Back again. Aki's back, tell a friend. Hey, Nate, good to see you. And Divine, good to see you as well. Yeah, we're back. And let's see if I can remember how to drive as well. That is going to be at least as interesting. That Pagani thing at the death chicane, that was really doing my head in. A tough one. But now let's get into this. See what I can do about this. Oh, and by the way, the community post I did the other day, and also where I wrote a bit about a video. The video is done. I just think I will wait until tomorrow to release it so it doesn't clash with the live stream. Not that I'm not dependent on getting many views on YouTube, but it's a shame because I really had fun putting the video together, and I don't want to drown it in my own live stream going live as a video later today. So I think I'll wait until tomorrow to put that one out. And we've got Bass in as well, and now you are probably just waiting for me to stop talking and start driving. So let's get into a rental. Ooh, that's a nice color. I'll just pick that one. Give it a go. Load up a Ghost. Right. Ooh, lively already. Oh, I had to lift so I didn't end up in the wall. Definitely need to work on that line. Now the 400. And that is, I actually need to move my reaction marker a bit back on that one. Okay. So don't use the actual 400 board. Just a bit before it. Let's go again. 400 for this one. And that is early enough. That can definitely be dead on the 400 board, but I'm not so sure at the bus stop. That needs to be a bit earlier. Ah. Oh, I need to fix that. But first I need to set a lap to begin with. Right, so just short of the 400, and that is even also a bit too late for me. Need to give that a fresh go. Also need to be careful with how I'm coming off the brakes. It certainly feels like releasing the brake gives a lot of rotation in this car. Right. 200. Oh, maybe. At least think it as a bit before the 200, and then the slow reactions will fix the rest. Yeah. Third gear makes sense around that corner. Feels fairly stable. Oh. That feels fine there. Hey Stardust, good to see you. Let's do just one more lap and see where we are at. If I survive this one, that is. Ooh, yeah, coming out of turn 1, that was where Calster was doing a bit of a short shift. Really shouldn't be lifting, I just need to get the line right. Okay, but the bus stop was a mess. So now I think I will look at the 500. You know what, I actually think I need to sort of look at the 500 and then just nice and easily get on the brakes. That works better. Then I won't overshoot it. That was a bit too much as well. Nope, third. Definitely third. That was a bit of a mess, that corner. Oh. Wow. I threw away everything. If I'm not improving on this lap, then I have to go again. Just keep going. I might keep going anyway. Oh yeah, I made a mess of that as well last time around. Yeah, I need to just carry on. Let me just pause it before I cross the line. Hey, Scooby, good to see you. Yeah, we've got an Arkeys channel. You're right about that. Did I miss anyone else? Yeah, I said hello to you, Stardust. And Alex is in as well. Sorry I missed you there. Good to see you. So, this wasn't any good. Let's just carry on. And 400. Yeah, that's better. Didn't have to lift as much this time. Look at the 500 and then brake, yeah. Don't want to be all the way over here. Well before the 200. And the 200 once again. Ooh. Constantly wants to step out. Yeah, that needs to be just before the 200 in my case. Oh, careful on the power. Oops, that was a weird correction I made there. Toss the wall. Okay. So what is this? Hey Flash Stagger, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Okay, so we are in the top 2%, but definitely do better than this. What is the current limit? It's right there, 204.7. But yeah, Let's just get straight back in. Don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. Yes, please. Use the 500. And don't go too wide this time. I'm just staying in fourth this time. Full. Too much sideways action there. I think I might need to brake a tiny bit earlier for that one to prevent that. Just before the 200. Of course, we also want a nice steady car. I overshot that a bit. I just let go of the brakes a bit too early. And don't just suddenly smash the throttle like that. Better last couple of corners. All right. Just about kept it within the limits. Oh, careful, careful. Get it turned to the other side. Hello, wall. Ooh, you cannot go that close to the wall. Hey, Stevie, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And dude is in here as well. Is this the hideaway for slackers? It definitely is. But you know what, dude? I spent the entire evening yesterday putting together a new video that will be coming out tomorrow. And before that, I had been working on an actual script for that video in between piano students and stuff. So not been slacking on that. But I haven't touched the dailies like at all. And this is the first time I'm jumping into anything sport mode related from this week. So in that sense, I've certainly been slacking, that's for sure. Ah! Got it. Not as fast as Calster, but we are still alive. Look for the 500. Don't overshoot this, because we want the car to stay roughly on this inside. Now we can power out of there. For the 200. Oh. Too much sideways movement there. Overdriving. Now brake a bit before the 200 so we don't get sideways this time. But now I'm just running wide a bit. So that's also going to be slow. Never mind me. Careful, careful, careful. Drifting. Too slow. So I need to be careful with the braking coming into the corners because the car easily goes sideways on the entry to more sideways than you need. That was just slow. Slow, slow, slow. Two 204.1, a 401. Okay, yeah. Never had to go that easy before. Yeah, I prefer the full layout as well. That's too much. The short one is, basically a bit too short. Yeah, the like button gives a little wheel. Yeah, it does. It's a fun little feature. And I've also seen, because of course I'm watching a lot of music stuff on YouTube as well. And if you hit the like button there, it makes a small music note as well. So they change it around depending on the genre. That's funny. Let's get up the hill. This lap is basically gone already, but let's just keep it going. Oh! I let go of the brakes a bit too soon there. Those sector times are all over the place. But we have only just started not that long ago, so it sort of makes sense. Oops. Now careful. Yeah, I need to really be cautious when I'm coming off the brakes. Or maybe I'm just braking too much. I have not really figured that out yet. Braking a bit too early, to be honest. Too much. fourth gear. Now what? Just before the 200. Make sure we get a stop so we can just coast around this corner. Definitely one of those cars where you basically just have to take it easy, and then the car will be much faster. You really need to. It's probably a heavy one. I don't know how much this one weighs, but ooh, I'm getting close. Don't want that sliding. It's a shame. Now be careful, because this is about to be a better lap. I said be careful. I'm not listening to myself. Yeah, throwing away time now. Be careful! Oh, I'm being a bit too careful. Better exit. Okay, so let's have a look. Hey Chris J, good to see you, and Demos as well. Have I missed anyone else? Otherwise you need to shout at me. Now we are in the 202s. Let's see what's happening with the leaderboard in the meantime. Haven't changed. We still got Calster up there and a fair big gap down to Titsney in P2. So, and I'm in the top 100. It's only Thursday and haven't been live that long, so that doesn't count for anything. But we are getting close to the be within the top 1%. So, at least for now. And thank you very much, dude. Yum yum yum. David Francis, good afternoon to you as well. So nice to see so many of you popping by. There is so much going on GT7 wise and live streams on YouTube at the moment, which is lovely to see when you are on the viewer side, and that is what I am most of the time as well. And I love to jump around and say hello in different streams. But when you're streaming yourself, you just have to accept that you are out there with a lot of other people, and which is great. And that just makes me more appreciative when you decide to drop by my small corner of YouTube as well. Let me just save this. I don't know. Just in case I don't get any better than this, then I have at least one memory from this, from this one. Right, let's try again. Really need to be more smooth on some of the inputs so the car doesn't do that. 400. Don't do that. I think I would be just fine just staying in third gear around that corner. Letting go of the brakes a bit too sudden there. And now I'm just overshooting that. That was too late. Too late. Okay. His name is Akis. He gets every goal. His skill is unmatched. Only maybe by PO in his Audi. Yes, exactly. Didn't get it turned back over early enough, just about staying out of the wall, but lost some momentum because the line wasn't really that good. Okay, look for the 500, brake after it. Go! Better I didn't release the brakes as abruptly around that corner this time. It's a bit too late. Oh, that's a shame. Don't mess this up this time. And still, that's just need to remember that this car doesn't like those sudden movements. And that's a wall. That's a shame. Hey Edward, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's just retry. See if we can get closer to a 0.5 maybe. Maybe I'm pushing my expectations, I don't know. But we have only done 60 kilometers now, so we haven't entered the grinding phase just yet. get it turned. Yeah. Maybe even a tiny bit too early, but it's easier to fix than too late. Careful, careful on the brake release. Not careful enough. I need to find some more finesse in that trail braking. Careful, careful, careful. Ooh, I had to wait on the throttle so I didn't end in the wall. So much time in these last corners. What is this? Oh. Oh! Improvement! Sliding a bit too much as I wanted to go on the power, so also just about trying to keep the car steady. Let me just get through the bus stop, then I will check in on the chat again that I'm braking well early, but sometimes that's safer than trying to push the entry. Easier to get good exit. Are we going to survive this? Woo! Just about. That corner. Downhill, really feeling the weight of the car. I'm not getting this one right either at the moment. I did something right compared to last time still. Now remember, better early than late for this corner. So you can carry the speed through it. And I also had a moment coming out this corner on the previous lap, so maybe we can improve that. Oh yes, definitely. This is not good. And neither is this. That's a shame, because it was looking good, and now I'm just trying too hard, but we definitely got a 0.5 within sight on this one. Let me just go back for a moment. Hey Leo, good to see you. This is moving fast. I have to go all this way back. See if I missed anyone. You're saying hello to each other. And Bass is asking if it's horse, and also known as Angry Dude, and it certainly is. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been Christmas. I've been ill. I've been working. I've been on holiday. Yeah. Slowly getting over the depression of being back to work. Yeah, I know that feeling, Bass. And Deep is saying hello to Edward, and what am I missing? It's been a week of getting used to the flow of things this week. Yeah, definitely know the feeling. Hey Nessie, good to see you, and thank you very much. I think I am fully up to date with the chat now, and I hit a wall, so we just need to restart this one. And if I can keep my driving together, should be able to get a 0.5 as well. And now I have probably jinxed it, but we will see. That's not a way to start a lap. It's a slow way to start a lap, but yeah. It's a bit floaty, this car. And that bus stop has been more elegant than this. Maybe we can just get fully on the power. Let's go. Careful on the brake release. I said careful on the brake release. Starting to get a bit of a feel for this car. Before the 200. That was a bit too narrow though. So exit was a bit compromised. And now take it easy. Yeah, so we can accelerate out of that corner and now just get the car straight. Stay out of the wall. I cannot remember the start of the lap, but this could be not, but close. Oh, that's too much. Yeah. Turning too much at the end of the S's. That is costing speed. It's better to fix the line at the start of the S's. Now I'm almost braking a bit too early. I was sort of expecting to hit the wall at the entry there, so I was surprised that I was allowed to keep going. So I almost made a confusion crash there. Need to fix this corner. Stop saying hello to the rev limiter as well. Okay, yeah. Don't go on that inside. Yeah, the car doesn't like it. There's not any car that likes going on that inside curb into that corner. And now I am overdriving. Sorry. Yeah, it's a great looking car. It certainly is. Gotta put on a pot for some cow feed. Ah, yeah. Yeah, Yeah, I'm feeling better now. I have a suspicion I might have had COVID before Christmas because it took me most of the Christmas holidays to get fully back up to speed and stop being ridiculously tired all the time. So that all just put me a bit out of the loop with everything. But I'm feeling just fine now. So. Let's go! Yeah! Oh, I was so scared the rear of the car would touch the wall there. That's a 0.4. What is happening? Lucas has been a member for 7 months, cooking with the Maestro. Yeah. This car is a bit too fast for meatloaf cooking, but and maybe you're cooking, I don't know. But either way, good to see you, Lucas, and thank you for being a member for 7 months. I like coffee more than coffee too. I really like your commentary on your driving. Thank you very much, Nessie. That really means a lot to me, because sometimes when I'm driving, I know that I try to keep talking, but sometimes I know I'm zoning out a bit or not zoning out. I just cannot see the chat because my TV is over there and my laptop is down here. And it's not that easy to see, but I certainly appreciate you are there, and I try to check in now and then. But just knowing that my talking to myself makes sense along the way, that really means a lot. Yeah, regular member after some gifted. Yeah, exactly. We are actually on for another improvement. If I can keep this together, let's try. Either way, we got a 0.4, and I am going to back out and see where that puts us at the moment. Oh, it feels so awkward to jump back in, straight into a lap like this. It's probably not going to work. No, maybe just let it go. Oh, I let go of the brakes too much. Do you use resistance on the triggers? Yes, I do. It is looking like this. This is cranked all the way up so I can get as much control over the steering as possible and make it react as quickly as possible. Both the accelerator and the brake are on strong, because you can feel when the wheel spin is kicking in when you've got this turned on, and you get some info from the brakes if you're overdoing it when with this one on. And yeah, those two, I don't know. They are a bit random. What does this do? I know this for wheel users, if you turn this one over 7, it starts to come up with this warning. I'm just trying. I think actually our controller alien Calster is, I lost it, is doing like this. This is around there maybe, and this is cranked all the way up. Let's try that just for fun. But strong effect on both triggers. That's what I've got used to. I need to go out and have a look. Ooh, almost in the top 1% on the first day. Remember that. It's not that crazy at the moment. And you can see 1.3 second behind Calster still. And almost exactly 1 second behind Tetsny. So I will certainly take that, and let me remember to save the best replay on this one. And let's try a bit more. I will try them on too. I turned them off because my wrist started to hurt by trying to press them hard. Yeah, that can be a thing, of course, but you can always try to put the resistance on weak. There are those two options. Play around with it, and maybe you can also because you have to press the throttle trigger. You have to press that all the time. Maybe put that on weak and put the brakes on strong, because putting the brakes on strong, that's sort of reminds you that the brake is not just an on-off button as well. Hey, Ossie, good to see you. Called in to say Happy New Year to you and hope you had a great Christmas. Thank you, Ossie. I certainly did. A nice quiet one, especially my New Year. That was a quiet one. It was just me and my wife and our youngest who were home. We were just chilling out, and right around, we were out looking at some fireworks for like 5 minutes, and then we built Lego for a couple of hours. That was great. I hope you had a good one as well, and good to see you. Right, let's drive a bit more. Keep it steady. Our youngest, he is 14, and then we've got the oldest is 21. So, and I was maybe a bit worried that he would get way too bored just hanging out with me and my wife, but we actually had a good time, nice and chilled. So yeah. All right, let's drive on. I see the chat moving. I will check back in a moment, so don't worry. I just woke up my iPad. Please be quiet. Put that one in flight mode so it will shut up. And right at the bus stop, that threw me off. Let's try again. Tired from all the moving, but excited for the year ahead with some good positive changes. Good to hear, Ossie. Hope everything will work out for you. Yeah, that was a weird moment, that one. Waking up. Danish Siri. Hey, Gary, good to see you. 1 hour late, you're improving. Yeah, exactly. Gary knows just when this time trial session turns into the annoying grind phase, and that's where Gary wants to show up, just see me, watch me suffer for the next hour without improving. No. Main New Year resolution is to be less angry. Less angry, how dare you? Yeah, but yeah, it is a good New Year's resolution, certainly is. It's getting angry and frustrated is very tiresome. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but yeah, I hate being angry. So luckily, I am not angry very often. Once I wind myself up, it takes a long time for me to wind down again because I don't get angry that often. So I'm really, once I'm there, it's a bit tricky to get out of again. So I just try to avoid it entirely the best I can. Oh, that's some weird driving. Are we going to stay within the limits? Yeah, but this lap is down the toilet already. Well before the 200. Oh, the exit wasn't the best. I hit the grass on the outside. That's going to mess up the next lap. You have to end your stream with "I'll be back." Yes, of course. How many controllers have you smashed? I haven't smashed that many. I've caused a lot of them to stick drift, but that's sort of a built-in feature on the PS5 controller, I think. No, I haven't really been smashing stuff. But I remember once back, that was back on GT Sport. I got so annoyed with some dirty drivers that I, without even quitting the race, I just exited the game and uninstalled the game straight away, right in the middle of a race. And then I think maybe a week or so went past, and then I had to reinstall it. But I got so annoyed that I just, right, that's it. Straight to delete the game option. I'm on the standard controller, yes, Bass. The box standard one. I have considered at some point trying to buy one of those fancy Edge controllers. Just to see what it's about, but I suspect it's not much difference, to be honest. But you know, gotta try it out at some point, I guess. Oh, that's too much. Hey, see you, Ozzy, and have a nice evening, I guess. Yeah, that must be it. Right. Oh, the weight transfer. Let's try that again, shall we? Way before the 200. Point towards the inside. Careful coming off the brakes. Oh, and now I'm just smashing the power. Shouldn't really do that. I'm sliding too much still. For the 200. Careful on the power. There we go. If they use a halogen magnetic sensor for the stick, they shouldn't start to drift. What did you call the brand? It's also a Sony controller, but it's as opposed to the standard PS5 controller. It's called something. It's called something. I think it's called Edge, the Sony PS5 Edge controller. There's good programs to fix stick drift. Yeah, Edge. I think I'm remembering that one right, but it's a rather expensive controller, to be fair. Are there any plans to move onto a wheel? Yeah, I think it's Edge. Yeah, dude, I would love to move on to a wheel, but it still all comes down to lack of space in our house. I'm sitting in our living room. I'm sitting in the corner of the living room where the sofa is, and the living room is also the dining room, and the dining room is connected to the kitchen, and so I'm basically sitting in the middle of everything. And I don't have anywhere else to be, and I cannot even have a foldable chair with a wheel on it. So as long as we are living here 4 people, it's not really going to happen. So either we have to move out of the city into a bigger house, or I have to wait until some of the kids are moving out. And so that's how it is. Hey, Grover, it's good to see you. So I'm just getting the best out of the controller so far, but as we can all clearly see, there are many fast people on controllers. It's not necessarily a usable excuse for not being fast, but I would love to try the immersion of using a wheel, even though it might make me ridiculously slow to begin with. Anyway, moving on. barely legal. Ooh, rev limiter. Before the 200. Oh, help. Careful now. That's not being careful. That's being a bit more careful. Avoid the wall. Oh, we're going to improve. Yes, 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 yes. It's not an easy faster as people might think. Exactly. When I moved from controller to wheel, I was 2-3 tenths slower for at least a month or even more. Yeah, I know. Definitely a learning curve. Yeah, and if I ever get to that point where I can actually jump onto a wheel, I will just basically start all over. I think I would start a completely different account, make a wheel account, go through all the licenses, try to learn everything all over, and then slowly start doing sport mode races and at the level I would be at on a wheel, and then slowly build it from there. But yeah, consistency is much easier. I can imagine that, Bass. Especially where you really tend to lose the feel for the car is through slow chicanes, like turn 1 at Monza and to some extent the bus stop at Spa, and especially Catalonia, if the final chicane is included, and the 4 chicanes at Le Mans, and all those. Once you go down to that speed, you cannot feel anything. You're basically second guessing, it feels like, with the steering. Once there's a bit more speed, it's the controller communicates to you a bit better, it feels like. Doesn't look like the Edge controller comes with Hall effect sticks as standard, but they are third-party sticks that can be swapped for 25 euros. Okay, there's something I need to look into now, Nessie. Did I miss anything else? I think I am up to... Yeah, I got it. Okay, but yeah, we did get in another improvement. I am in the top 1%, just about. This is a fun car in its own weird way. Maybe a lot of people will say this is not a fun car, but it's a car for my liking, at least. It's slidey and fairly powerful, but not ridiculously powerful, so you can get used to it and just need to get used to it being rather heavy as well. Yeah, I definitely did save that. I cannot remember how long have I even been going. Let's see, I've been driving for 115 kilometers. So we can go a bit more. fifth a bit longer. This gets a bit wobbly. I didn't get the car pointed properly towards the corner. This is not fast. And I'm braking too late. So never mind this lap. Just forget about this one. Let's see about the next one. Just get around the final couple of corners, and then I can check in on the chat. Up to fifth gear and pause it. Hey David, good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah. Let's get a move on. So 400. Ooh, I think I just clipped the grass on the outside. That didn't do anything good for my turn one. That's not legal. Yeah, the controller is too convenient compared to a wheel for me. Kids busy pickup controller. Yeah, exactly. Also, I noticed another thing. It doesn't matter anymore because that was last week's race A, but I always see a lot of the wheel drivers really struggling to get used to the karts, the go-karts, once that is up for a race. And on the controller, seriously, it is no issue. Then it's only about just getting fast, just driver skills, but the steering itself. And I noticed that when you're going through the fast corners, especially that fast turn one, and even though you're just cranking over the steering, it was not, if you look at the red dot, it was not steering more than this. This was me turning the steering maximum. Usually in fast corners in race cars or road cars, it's more like this when you've got full steering. So on the controller, the game counts for the weird steering of the kart already. So yeah. It takes a lot of time to get used to, but it's mega fun. Yeah, and on the controller, it doesn't take basically almost any time to get used to, and is probably really not very realistic. It's very much Mario Kart, but yeah, I had some fun on race A on my US account. I think it was on some point during the weekend. Mainly because I tried to do race C and I got ridiculously close to a DR reset. I almost dropped out of SRB. I'm never that low, and I was just trying to race, but I just was so unlucky with incidents happening in front of me, and yeah, you know. So I had to repair that, so I was just jumping into race A and just trying to repair the SR. Trying to have a race, of course, but and it ended up being really good fun. If you can master the karts with no assists, it makes you a much better driver. Yeah, karts with no assists on a wheel. That's where it gets crazy. Hey, consumer, good to see you. There you are. Ah, I see you now in the chat. But yeah, bass, I can only imagine that would be crazy. It's fairly easy without any assist on the controller, but it looks like a proper handful on the wheel. And I will agree with Gary. It's a huge amount of fun in VR, the karts. It's a bit scary because you don't have a rear view mirror. You don't know who is around you. You just have to listen and try to look around you the best you can. And have the radar on, of course. But it's fun. Definitely fun. Now let's try to focus on this just a bit. That didn't work. That weight transfer. You really need to have the car slowed down enough for it not to be way too violent. That's a bit too late. I just realized. Forget about this lap. I think I'm starting to learn a bit about those final corners in this car. That felt decent at least. Oh, turned too late. I turned too late. And I had to do a very small lift, but that is so costly once you are at this part of the uphill S's. You're losing so much speed. Barely legal over that curb. Better this time. How about this? Oh, help! Oh, I thought I was going to hit the wall. Oh, slow turn one, but what about up the hill then? It's not going to be good either. How much time would you say you lose with TCS on? It doesn't feel like much on a straight drag race, but I guess it comes to the line being forced to grip you have, being forced to the grip you have with it off. Some good oohs and ahs. Hey, Racer One, good to see you. Let me try to answer that. I think once you're in a straight line, you won't lose any time. That was a thing back on GT Sport, that even just as you shifted up a gear, you would lose a bit of time with traction control on. That's not the case anymore. The thing I often feel is when you're trying to put down the power around corners with traction control, I often tend to get a bit more understeer because with proper throttle control, you can make the rear of the car, in a rear-wheel drive car, of course, sort of almost carve into the surface, and so you a bit not drifting, but it feels like the car is steering more with the rear end rather than the front end, and that is sometimes harder to get out of the car if you have traction control on. I use it on rare occasions when you have when we have daily races, when you have to start on the hard tires, and if it's like especially cold conditions and you maybe have to start on a weird corner, then I keep the traction control on maybe for half a lap or so, but then I usually turn it off again. Some of the new, it seems TC1 is okay, like the, yeah, exactly, and it can certainly work. The thing is, and I'm not being sacrilegious with, I don't think it's sacrilegious to use traction control, and it's not anything that hurts my vanity or anything like that. But I also feel like once I start using traction control, then I very quickly starts to push the accelerator a bit harder than I would have been able to do with traction control off, and then I just start building bad habits. So I just to keep building, hopefully, good habits with the throttle, I just keep it off. Sometimes it's on for an extra safety measure, but most of the time it isn't. Anyway, where are we? That was ridiculously early braking, that one. What can we do? Whoop, 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 whoop. Not this. Yeah, I lost the flow, stopping in the middle of a lap. That's my excuse, at least. Let's get on to the next one. That was a bit slow. And that was me maybe braking a bit too hard. I don't know. Let's try again. It's a stunning car in real life. Yeah, I can imagine it is looking good. You have ASL. Yeah, stability management. Yeah, I can imagine that might work. I cannot remember when I used that last time, so I need to play around with that, see what it actually does to the car or to the handling. That makes dual sense. I forgot to brake. Sorry, guys. Let's try again. A bit early there. Don't want to go on that higher part of the inside curve if possible. Right. Let's see. Careful. What I was doing in 5th gear there for a short moment. For example, out of that corner, the tiny sliding of the rear end helps the car get around that corner, and sometimes in some cars you lose a bit of that with the traction control on. But of course, with it off, you need to live without the safety net. Swings and roundabouts. And also around this one, when you can just keep it right on the limit, where you're not drifting, but you're getting a nice helping hand from the rear end of the car whilst on the power. Not fully on the power, but partially on the power. I'm talking too much. I'm driving too weirdly. 0.7. Get up the hill, cutting too much. Remember to turn. Losing time. Nice exit. Not so nice exit. I knew it. Yeah, it was a 0.2. I know. Sorry. Cracking. Yeah, exactly. I have to look. Hey, Joe King, good to see you. Jesus Christ, this is running away from me. In other games, TC is a must. Yeah, gotcha. But good to see you, Joe King, from San Diego, California. Oh, lovely, lovely. And am I missing anyone else? Yeah, it's my bad. Really helpful answer. Most seems to just turn it off because it's what the pros do. Ah, okay, that answer. But yeah, hope it makes sense. Love how the car moves. Yeah, exactly. It is a bit of a floaty car, this one, as most of the road cars are, to be honest. Let's go again. Sorry, I'm being a bit quiet again, I know. Don't touch the wall. Wasn't the best final corner. This is going fast. How's it going? I'm trying my best. Got up 202.3. I squeezed within the top 1%. Unless someone beat Calster, then I'm out of it again. Let's see. Let's hit the brakes. I don't want to be too quiet, then it gets too boring, I guess. Okay, be careful now. Brake early. Better a bit early than too late. A bit before the 200. being too cautious now. But we are gaining some of it back again, I suppose. That wasn't good. Oh, getting close. If I could squeeze just one more improvement out of this time trial before I end the stream, that would be lovely. Hello, wall. So close. Can we try the BMW in a minute? Which one? After 3 years predicting Montreal, he was finally right about something. Don't pleb. Yeah, I plebbed it a tiny bit. Hey, Nikki, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Jesus Christ. Sometimes this is really moving hard. And Jay Steen as well. Is this an easier time trial for gold? The car looks like it's fairly stable on the corners. Yeah, it is. If you just take it easy. Take it fairly easy. Don't... then I think it's drivable. It's not one of those ridiculously difficult cars. But you are on sports hard tires. That, I think, is what is mainly making this a bit of a tricky car, but the car itself handles nicely, I think. And it looks like it's a long lap, so there's a decent window to stay within the gold limits. Oh, that was a bit aggressive brake release. Yes, this is not the Sector 1 I did before. That was the best I've done. This is not quite there. Stay within the limits, yes. Brake early. That's too aggressive. Now what? That was a bit too much. So was that, but maybe we can still make it work. Whoa! 1, 2. Oh, so close. I can smell that possible improvement now. Sliding a bit too much though. didn't turn in early enough. Ah, that's gone. We'll have ice in the morning. Apparently gonna snow, rain. Yeah. The weather is a bit iffy here as well. Why is Gary blue? Yeah. Am I missing anything? Oh, I think I'm there. Yeah, we are getting to that point where I would really like to see if I can get that final improvement in also, so it makes some sort of a point for you to keep staying around. I think I can do it. I've been close a couple of times now. I braked a tiny bit too early there. A bit early so we can get the car close to this coast a bit, down to fourth. That's illegal. Hey Sugar Shuffles, good to see you, hope you're doing well. Yeah, working on this one. Okay. Let's push the braking zone just a bit so it's not too early of a turn in. That was better. Stay out of the wall. Yes, please. Oh, that was braking early. A bit too early, so now I'm turning in too early. That's a shame. That's not good either. The final corner felt all right. Yeah, I'm keeping up with chat still. Oh, help. Straight line this a bit more and failing to do so. Anyway, it goes. Brake a bit more, down to fourth. A bit less bouncy this time. Ooh, I lost time there. It's a shame. And here, so now we're just power sliding. Ah, damn. That corner was better. But this one wasn't. Just past it. Damn, I pushed that too hard. Almost did it again. Too much sliding. Ooh. Too late. It's a bit early, that one. Okay. That's too much. Consistently too much on the curves of the hill. No. I'm at a point where I want to restart this. Use the downforce. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I'm trying. one chaotic bus stop, that one. Below 115, that's usually a good sign for this. Oh, careful. Nope, not like that. Or like that. Jesus Christ. Throwing it away. Yeah, and I threw it away once again, sorry. I should be fired. Yeah. That sector 1 was a good one. And then it fell apart. Be careful now. That's not legal. Expensive last 2 corners. Yeah, exactly. I know. I know. I know. Bit wobbly turn 1 there. Too aggressive brake release there. Fair bit slower at the moment. Careful, careful. Didn't quite. I need to brake a bit more, though. Sliding. Too much jumping. Too much shouting. Yikes! Come on now. Too early, but still better. Jesus Christ. I just approved the dude message. I must be ill. Yeah, once again, unlucky. Yeah. It's that greediness. I want that final improvement because I know it's in there. Too much of the inside curve. Yep. Really had some good sector ones, followed by awful sectors after that. Nobody is disagreeing. cutting the grass on the inside. Somebody has to do it. It's a bit too late. Damn it. Okay. Man. Oh, that's so annoying, this. It was such a good lap until after the bus stop. Then I started overshooting multiple corners, including this one. Just have to go around one more time. And don't overdrive, please. Okay, at least a good run towards the finish line. Let's try again. Lost some time there, sliding about. Too much. Sorry, I'm being a bit quiet at the moment. A 0.1 optimal. It's really trying to tell me that I need to pull my stuff together. Oh, that's not legal. Mr. Perfect Chicane, Mr. Buff Breaker. Good to see you and welcome in. Yeah. I'm in a bit of trouble here at the moment, but welcome in. Good to see you. You know, I'm getting really stubborn now. Come on, come on, come on. Too much wheel spin. Don't hit the wall. 1, 2. No, no, no. Too much. Too aggressive. It's annoying. One moment. How about this? Please tell me if you can hear me. The thing that happened is that my headset ran out of power. Yes, perfect. So now it's the controller mic. I knew that the other headset would run out of juice at some point. So let's try this. It's off-putting to have to change headset midstream. It sounds different, this one. It's a good headset, but it feels different. That's a shame. Come on. Also a bit too late, that one. Help! Come on, come on, come on, come on. Sorry, I'm not really on the chat at the moment. Really need to get used to the car sounding quite different with this headset. Come on, I know I can do this. Too early. Lost it again on the exit. What am I missing? Hey, Storm, good to see you. Sorry, I was a bit out of it for a moment there. Hope you're doing well. There and back again. A Sim Racer's Tale by Barry Baggins. You know what? I think I will see if I can get to charge this one a bit because, and you won't be disturbed by this because it's not turned on. Otherwise, let me know because I missed the old headset. Oh, careful on the power while the car is turning into a corner. God damn it. That completely threw me off. Okay, now stop it. drive like this. That wheel spin didn't do anything good. Jesus Christ, man. Frustrating. I'll give it a go just because it's Watkins, but if the car is crap to drive, I'll just not bother. Nearly there. Good to hear. Demo. It's a Bodhi car, yeah, it definitely is. Ooh, there's a wall. Careful. Not a good exit, that one. Yeah, and above the 115, that's not a good sign. $203.6. 202 should be a reasonable target. Yeah, go for it, demo. I think this car is a better than the combination last week. The one last week that was so tough in the Pagani. Holy moly. Better line for the second part this time. Understeer factory. No. Probably at a point where I really should just take a break, but I'm really getting stubborn at the moment. I'm going to hit that wall very, very hard now. Okie dokie. That is me pretty much done for today. That's for sure. Thank God I managed to get that in at the end, because otherwise I would have failed. As usual, I would have felt really ashamed on behalf of you guys hanging out to the very end, because this was a bit of a struggle. You deserve to do that, kamikaze, in the end. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I did save that one. And if any of you are interested, I can share it as well. It's a fair big chunk of it's a little over a second slower than Calster, but I might just share it anyway. And but I would always recommend use the fastest ghost possible. But yeah. Hey Chris, good to see you. You've been lurking. Good to hear. But you know what? I think this is going to be the end of this one. My hands are telling me I've been on this for quite a while now, and I think I need to leave it for now. But keep an eye out tomorrow, because I am releasing that video I've been doing on my childhood memories of movie car chases. I really had fun. I haven't done a video in really a long time, and the videos I've been doing up to that point has really been me trying to stress out a time trial guide. And there are so many other people much better at that than I am. And this one, I really had fun just telling the story and putting together the clips and stitching it all together so it made some sense. And I hope you will check it out. I think I will just let it be out there maybe tomorrow before noon, my time. I think that might be a good call. Then it will be well out of the way of this time trial stream. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that one. But that's going to be it from me for now. So thank you very much. Hey, good stuff, Storm. You managed the 203 on auto transmission. Yeah, okay, I get you. Take a break, good sir. Yeah, thank you very much. What mileage on this car? Ooh, 320 kilometers. Holy moly. Yeah, I've been driving quite a bit. But yeah, thank you to all of you. And I will catch you most likely in someone else's stream at some point. Until then, take care and bye-bye. Wrong button. There it is. There it is.